Hello and welcome to Dreams of Wings, and welcome here to North Connel Oban Airport, and to a video that is more about what you hear rather than what you actually see, although hopefully what you see will be quite beautiful as well. Yes, this is a little bit different, and a big thank you to Echo 19 for giving me the opportunity to show you this, their precision audio pack for the Grand Caravan EX Cessna 208B. And as always, Echo 19 sounds are exceptional, and this one in particular has been recorded from a real aircraft, the Mission Aviation Fellowship, and in honor of them I'm flying this livery, which is actually part of the pack that comes with it. Really nice to see. There's also some other liveries as well, but there's a huge amount in this pack. We've got the PT6 engine sounds, immersive propeller sounds, we've got switches, we've got fans. You're going to see it all, and we'll talk a bit more about it once we get airborne. And we're going to do a nice little flight from here at North Connel up to Inverness and see some scenery and listen to these Echo 19 sounds as we go. Anyway, enough of that, let's get cracking. Well, here we go. Now, this may be a very familiar sight to you. It certainly isn't to me. I don't tend to go anywhere near glass cockpit, although recently I got the Cowes DA42 to start learning it. And so this is a great opportunity for me to have a bit more glass cockpit practice, but also to hear these beautiful sounds. The Caravan's a lovely aeroplane. I've not been in the default 208B, so this is very new to me. It's going to be interesting to see how she flies, but more interesting really is how it's going to sound. So I would say if you have got the default one loaded up, then have a listen to the default sounds, and then you will be able to see the difference in the sounds that you can hear on here. That's a really good way of seeing the difference. All I've done so far is record a startup from the outside, which was pretty amazing, and turn the battery on. And turning the battery on and hearing the sounds was pretty impressive to me. But anyway, just in case, we have got the medical bay in the back here, just in case we have any casualties along the way due to my flying. Right, okay, so let's get things going. I'm going to try and keep this bit as short as I can. We've done the externals. I just wanted to get the engines fired up so that you can hear everything and we can get cracking. So quickly looking over at the checklist, parking brake is on, and I'll try and keep quiet as well, which is going to be kind of hard making a YouTube video, but I do want you to hear the sounds as you just did with the parking brake. Let's do that again. There we go. And the incredible thing is this, as I said, this is from a real aircraft. We're hearing a real aircraft here, not just a kind of a digital simulation of one. Right, ignition to norm it is. Let me just lock off the head tracking a moment, then that might be a little bit easier. Ignition to norm, that is there. Circuit breakers, I don't know. Just look, they are modelled. Yeah, looks like they are modelled in this default one. That's interesting. Fuel tank selectors are both on. Vent air fans are closed. They're all down here, aren't they? Makes air ground pull. That's okay. That's fine. That's all good. That's all good. Have we got anything up there? They're closed. They're closed. God, it's been ages since I've flown the Caravan. Where do we get to? Air conditioning switches off and bleed air heat is off. Yeah, that's all good. Air conditioning's all off. Emergency power is normal. Where are you? I have a feeling that it is. Oh no, it's here, isn't it? Yeah, of course. Emergency power is normal. Power is idle. Yes, that is idle. Prop fully forward to max, and fuel condition cutoff. It is in cutoff. verified. Okay, let's just... I rarely use this tablet as well, as you can probably tell. Where did we get to? Prop up your max, fuel condition cut off, fuel oil shut off. What's that saying? Check full in. So you're down here, aren't you? Yeah, that's all good. That's fine. Battery on. Okay, I'll try and be a bit quiet now. Wing flap is up. Okay, let's have seatbelts. We'll pretend we've got people in the back. No smoking, you lot. There we go. Fire detection warning test. Okay, now where on earth was that? I'm kind of feeling. Here we go. Test switch, fire detect up. There we go. That's scary, isn't it? Right, let's come back down and fuel selector off warning test. So what do we get? Fire detect, fuel selector off. There we go. That's going to get your attention, isn't it? Avionics 1 off, battery. Well, I'm not going to do that because now we can have the battery on again. Beacon on. And avionics 1 is already on because I've done that. Engine indicating systems. Verified no red X's. We have no red X's. Just have a quick look down here at the volts as well. Oh yeah, there we go. 24 volts. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Emergency power is set to normal. Propeller areas clear. Get out the way. We're about to fire up the turboprop. Fuel boost select to on. You hear that? Fuel boost annunciator check on. Now let's say that again. Fuel boost annunciator check on. Not seeing that. I don't know. Is it modelled maybe? I don't know. Fuel boost is definitely on. Right, fuel pressure low annunciator is checked. That is off. We have got no fuel pressure warnings, so that's good. Fuel flow check. Let's have a look over here. Fuel flow is 0, or we're not doing anything yet. Have I skipped something? Have I skipped something? Fuel. What does that say? Check 0. Oh, it literally says check 0. I thought that was the first letter of another word. It is 0. That's absolutely fine. Right, here we go. So, starter is going to be to start. Ignition on annunciator, we check that. Oil pressure, we check that. And then when it gets to 12%, we go fuel condition into idle. So I'm saying all this now so that you can listen to how everything fires up when we get going. Okay? Cool. So before we start, and just for reference, here are the default sounds. Right, just quickly, there we go. Lovely. Okay, what did we get to? We've done that. All pressure is check. Let's have a look over here. Starter. I'm so used to flying helicopters. Come on. There we go. Quick look over here. Yeah, fuel flow is absolutely fantastic. ITT is good. It was good when we started off. Starter can now come off. And starter on annunciator. I don't think we had it in the first place. Engine indicating systems. Check. No red X's. No red X's. Generator amps. Check load. Now, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Just going to put that back to normal. Feel like I'm. Let's reset the Jenny. Jenny's on. Okay. Right, fuel boost is to normal, we've done that. Fuel boost on annunciator, check off, we haven't got that. Avionics set to on. Nav lights, we can have those on now. And that is the starting engine checklist complete. Taxi, yep. And then we are good to go. I'll get that up and running. Just have a quick look at that. Okay. Just doing this now so I don't have to do it later, because we're not going to spend all the time going through checklists. Okay. Right, off you go. Thank you. Right, quick look around. Oh, I tell you what I do need to do. I need to load in my flight plan. There we go. All good. Right. Are we happy? Yes, we are. Quick look down here. That's all good. Yes, 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 yes. We will have taxi recognition lights on now. Let's have that on. That's all good. Everything good down here. The bleed air heat on. It's a little bit chilly up here in Scotland. Going to leave those as they are. Get some fans on. Don't need any lights. Not going to use the inertial separator because we have good ground. And I think we're good to go. Are we not? Everything good up here? We're not going to need oxygen because we're not going that high. Does this open? No. Okay. Okay, let's get cracking. So, parking brake off. And I will try and shut up so you can hear the sounds as much as possible anyway. Quick check of the brakes. Brakes good. Beautiful, beautiful aeroplane. Sounds wise so far. Just gonna dial in some altitude. And then we will just hold here for a moment. Now we haven't got any other aircraft. We haven't got ATC or anything like that. So I'm not worried about any other aircraft being around, but we need to do a few things, including, because we're not in the King Air, we need to put there you go, idle into high. I just wanted to let you hear that rather than listening to me droning on. Okay, fuel boost I'm going to put onto normal, onto on. For some reason that seems like the right thing to do. This is what happens when you don't have the checklist in front of you. You start pressing switches that may or may not be right, and it's not clever. Okay, is there anything else I want to do? Should we get the let's have the inset map on. Yeah, that's okay. Happy with that. All good. We're not using ATC. I will do one at some point. I need to do some more IFR ATC training, so we will do a video with this with some ATC and all that kind of good stuff. Interested to see how I get on with this. Feels very wobbly actually, the aircraft itself. It feels very like it's just balancing on top of a ball or something. Like if I turn it too fast it's going to do something daft. But let's see. You can really feel that high idle. Okay, brakes on. That's what I'm talking about. Now, we're going to do a bit of an experiment now. I wonder... listen to the sounds. Of course the throttle is in the idle position, so that condition idle lever is what's going to have an impact, and taxiing on low idle condition is a lot better than high idle condition. So again, maybe with the Caravan, if you're wafting around like this, you should have it in the low idle condition while you're taxiing, maybe. And now we're going to take off. We can of course put it back into high position. Careful with the power. Don't want to over-torque it. Damn, it is squirrely on the ground. Look at the way it's bouncing around, kind of left to right, tipping. You see that? Good God. And we're up. Beautiful scenery. Keep that climb in. Back on the prop slightly. Now we do have some cloud and I don't really want to go into that, so let's just come over this way. Gonna have to be a little bit careful though, because the cloud does seem to touch the mountain tops and we don't want to bang into those. So actually, in hindsight, let's get a climb back in again. We will continue up to 4,000. Warning there, running a little bit too high. Okay, let's bring the prop back just to calm everything down a little bit. Okay, and let's have the landing lights off. Everything else can stay on. That's all good. coming out of the mountains. Wow. Beautiful. So let's talk a little bit more about what is actually in this pack, because there's quite a lot to go through. There's quite a lot that's been in there. So just reading through everything that is included. First of all, repeat again, this is for the default Asobo Cessna 208B from Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. New PT6 engine sounds, new immersive propeller sounds in full surround. Inside, experience true ambisonic 3D surround, mirroring what it feels like to actually be in control of the 208. Hear and feel the power and propeller change in tone as you line up, roll out and lift off. Outside, a new full 360-degree recreation of every phase of flight. New flyby and distant ambient sounds, so your virtual spotting experiences are lifelike. New system sounds for AC ventilation fans, a new feature from default. Bleed air heat while the engine is running, also a new feature from default. New fuel pump sounds, new flap sounds, and added new fuel fire warning test alerts. New internal sounds for things like switches, buttons, levers, dials, you name it. All faithfully recreated from Echo 19's own recordings. New effects for doors, opening, closing, baggage and storage departments. A convenient built-in headphone simulation option that lets you mimic wearing a headset to reduce some noise if you wish. Echo FX Standard, superb detail supporting spatial sound, increased realism with added effects for prop wash, movement rattles and so much more. More than just a sound pack, and just for fun they've included all new optional liveries for passenger, cargo and float variants, ranging from their own in-house paint schemes to MAF schemes and some other familiar schemes like FedEx, DHL and more. And the aircraft that they actually recorded the sounds from is one of the paints that is in the pack. And really importantly, a portion of all sales will be donated back to the MAF to support its global operations. And the work they do is quite incredible. The MAF are in more than 25 countries. They're engaged in flying into inaccessible terrain, disaster relief, conflict zones, delivering food, aid, shelter, education, taking kids to teachers or teachers to kids in areas where there just isn't that kind of local education system. Church evangelists, taking them where they need to be, and medical aid, which is what we're seeing here, and also peacekeeping. They actually bring people together to aid communication and peacekeeping. So it's pretty damn cool that Echo 19 has included that a portion of the sales will be donated back to the MAF. That's really pretty cool. Great that they've done that. I do love Echo 19. If you remember from the beginning of this video, you saw the Mustang flyby. That's another Echo 19 sound pack, and you know, it's a beautiful one. It's one of my favourite sound packs. Is that Mustang? It just sounds absolutely incredible. Okay, just coming up on our next turning point, Nevis. Always nice to fly in Scotland. Anyone who watches the channel frequently will know. So I'd be interested to know, and please do leave in the comments down below if this is an aircraft that you fly a lot in the sim. It's interesting for me flying a default aircraft. It's not something I do very often. I tend to fly third party, so it's really interesting to see how this one is. And to be honest, I'm kind of enjoying it. I think the sounds definitely help. Look at that, there's a little sailing ship down there. The sounds definitely help. They create an atmosphere. They give a, for want of a better way of saying it, they give a kind of a robustness that you don't necessarily always get with default aircraft. That's Loch Eric down there, by the way. But yeah, I'm just really surprised by the ground handling, that kind of squirrely little thing that it was doing. Really interesting. I don't remember that from the one before, but maybe that is a Caravan thing, and I'd love to know again especially if you're a real world Caravan pilot. Okay, let's have a play with, let's see if I turn on the vent. Possibly the engine sounds too loud to really tell. Let's go. Yeah, engine is so loud, isn't it? You can't really hear those finer things. But maybe if we were on the ground you would. We shall have a look at that. Oh, I heard that. Hopefully you did as well. Yeah, as I turn the heat up, you'll hear the sound. Very subtle. Okay. Now, let's listen to the headphone simulation, and to do that we need to press auxiliary on the panel here. Okay, yeah, I get it. It just takes some of the harshness out of it, doesn't it? That's quite clever. Yeah, that's quite a nice feature. If the sounds rattling your brain get too much, you can just turn that off. Okay, or turn it on rather. I'm going to turn it off because we want to hear full engine roar. There we go. Okay, let's see if I can remember about procedures with this thing. So used to the GTN XI, that is so incredibly everything kind of makes sense. It feels intuitive. Coming onto this, it feels very alien. Okay, so we'll go ILS 23, I think. Yeah, let's enter that. And we're going to pretend we're being vectored. So that's all good. Blah, blah, blah. That's fine. And let's activate that actually. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, and now we will put the aircraft onto heading mode, and I'm going to vector us just over that away. So heading, there we go. Let's get the head tracking back out. Again, I've done the wrong, there we go, range, that's what I wanted to do. So there's Inverness, that's where we're heading. And the weather is not too bad, certainly compared to live weather. Live weather is absolutely pants. Is it me, or are we getting more bugs? It's been so long since I've flown a default aircraft, and as I said, I rarely fly them. It's almost like we're getting bug splats. But I don't know if that's the thing, or if it's just that I'm only just noticing them because we're flying into cloud. It could be. Right, let's have the landing lights on. What else have we done? I think I left the fuel boost on. Should be normal. I bet someone's already put in the comments, oh, I think you're fine, you left the fuel boost on. I think there's some people who just watch videos so that they can leave comments when you make mistakes. Yes, you. I'm talking to you. Okay. Everything's looking good. Let's get the Murray Firth. Quite often when I do IFR flights up this way, I end up getting handed over to RAF Lossiemouth for approach control, which is always quite interesting. Always happy with that. And I fly the H145 from RAF Lossiemouth doing search and rescue and HEM stuff. As well, do that on streams and do some edited videos as well if you're interested in that sort of thing. But what a lovely relaxing day. Certainly relaxing not having anyone back there on the gurney with the machines that go ping. I'm really interested to see what this Caravan is like to land. While I remember, let's have a look. Checklists. For landing. Quick look at that. Yep. That's all good. Normal landing. 75 to 85. Okay. That's so good. So 75 to 85 is the magic numbers that we must remember, and I shall write them down. 75 to 85. Okay, let's have a quick look. How is our ATC vectoring going? Not too bad. Not too bad. Inverness over there. Now I'll be interested to see if when we hit the approach, if it automatically sequences like the GTN XI tends to do. I wonder. Let's experiment a bit. Yeah, okay. So I've got it on nav, but we're flying the heading until we intercept, so that's good. Got the little lock next to heading there. Splat into a big cloud. Level change just to we'll descend down to 2,000 feet, just pull back on the throttle a little bit, so it's trying to maintain that 160 knots. Let's do a quick check, see where I've got everything. I've got a feeling that fuel switch should be on. Fuel condition, fuel tank selectors, your damper was going to have to be off. Inertial separator set, we're not going to use that because we're not coming into a dirty airstrip. So I'm not seeing anything there about the fuel boost needing changing, so I'm going to leave that to normal, I guess. Right, quick check, we're coming down to 2,000 feet. About to intercept that altitude and hold. Fantastic. Now, while I also remember, let's get the prop back up to 1900. So I'm looking at the number's changing quite a bit. The little arrow didn't seem to be doing much at all on the display. Maybe that's just a visual thing. So prop lever is fully forward now, we're at 1876. Checking the speed, that's all good. Bring us round now to intercept. Lights are on, that's all good. funny how you get so used to a certain type of avionics and you then move on to something like this. I remember the last video I did using this, someone said, I don't have any problems at all with the G1000. Well, if you're used to it, you're not going to. A bit like me with Helionics and the GTN 750. It's funny getting used to something that works in a slightly different way. It's very clever though, I'll give it that. It's very clever, but I've still got quite a lot of work to do before I'm completely in charge of it, rather than it being in charge of me. So I'm just interested to see now, will we automatically turn on course? It's flashing, it's turning. Brilliant, okay. That's super duper. I'm not going to put us into approach mode. I just wanted to see it do that, and then I'm going to I am going to take control. Okay, that was fun. Happy with that. Right, let's have your damper off, autopilot off. I have control, just. Glide slope coming up now. There's a little voice in my head saying, gear, gear, 3 greens. Yeah, we've got a fixed undercarriage. Shut up, little voice, not required. Just correcting the course a little bit. Gently trying to meet the glide slope. Yeah, it seems very sensitive around the roll axis, this aircraft. So some trim. Trim is your friend. Whoa, it's sensitive on the trim there. Good God, wasn't expecting that. Okay, let's have a touch of flappage. Going back on the power a little bit. Okay, we've touched down already. Brakes on. Get some reverse in. There we go. We can just make our turn here. That was interesting. That was interesting. Okay, let's have landing lights off. Strobe off. That was actually quite enjoyable to land. Landing is one of my favourite things. That doesn't mean I think I'm really good at it, by the way. It's one of those moments that I enjoy. It's almost like meditating because you're having to concentrate. But that was quite interesting. And really interesting how sensitive this aircraft is around the roll axis. It's really taken me by surprise, that. Right, let's have all the flapages up. Really sensitive. Let's have a look on the ground a second. This has nothing to do with the sounds, but yeah, you see how it was tipping there. Interesting. Okay, concentrate. You've got to park. Let's put it back into. There we go. Put it into low condition, and then it's not such a bleeding nightmare to taxi. Let's come over by the Tiger Moth. I was going to go around the back, but this is actually quite a nice little spot to park our Caravan up. There we go. Right, let's get parking brake on. And let's do this with some semblance of dignity. We will do... Come on. There we go. Shut down. So, parking brake is on. Bleed R. Bleed R? What kind of accent was that? Bleed air? That was almost the too posh, wasn't it? Bleed R! Can we have the bleed R off, please? Right, temperature selector close. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. More as like a flow. I'm just going to come around here. Just have that off. Let's, while we're at it, turn these off. Never has a mouse wheel been scrolled so vigorously. There we go. Oh, wrong way. There we go. Okie dokie. Right, let's just lock that off a second. Blum 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 blum. That's all done. Air conditioning switches are off. Power, move lever to idle position. It is in the idle position. ITT is, let's see, that's stabilising, but we want to let that get to a minimum. So just having a quick look at that. 365. See if it's going to drop any more than that. RPM, we're going to move backwards. Don't think that's going to change much. But RPM is fully backward now. Fuel condition, we're going to completely cut that off now. And I'm going to shut up so you can listen. There you go, that was rather lovely, wasn't it? Right, lights are all off. And that can come off. Fuel boost off. Okay, that's all good. NG is fine. Avionics are off. What else do we need? It's just battery. Battery off. We put the aircraft to sleep. There we go. Fantastic. Well, look, I hope you enjoyed the video. It was certainly interesting for me flying the Caravan again. It was interesting for me being able to do a bit of glass cockpit work as well. But just hearing those gorgeous sounds, Echo 19 just brings, certainly for me, brings this default aircraft to life with those sounds. I probably wouldn't really have considered flying it before, but with that sound pack, it makes it, yeah, it makes it more alive, makes it a more attractive proposition, as they say. Anyway, it's great to have you along. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I shall see you on the channel again very soon. Take care now. Bye bye.